What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of my bad Profit Picks. If you're new, we do always start the show by being transparent. And yesterday, I had one play. It was a loser. I had the over, and it was a 5% loser. So 5% in the playoffs. We're 6-3 now. Playoffs overall are 24-13. So have to bounce back from a bad day yesterday. We do get Mr. Rob Veno back today. Everybody's been missing you. They come in the comment section, they come in the live chat. I miss doing the show with you. Great to have you back, Veno. How you doing?
Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, it's 7 days of, like I was telling you off air, Ski, 7 days of island life is pretty nice. Yesterday though wasn't nice at all. I was really rolling through the playoffs here, and yesterday got caught up in the full game over. No. First half over. First half over 104 and a half. Didn't get there. Had 102. Um, Picked a bad day to have Sam Merrill go 0 for 7 from three. Any one of those would have been helpful, and lost a James Harden prop. I think I had over 28 and a half PRA. He got 28. So you get the idea. I went to the W, had a play on Minnesota and Toronto over 72 and a half. Game landed 72. So we had a couple of half-point losses. Tough break. Still good, though, throughout the playoffs. I'll do the addition later on. You already gave your number when we promo. But still running pretty good. 58% for the playoffs, 43-31. We'll see if we can't get there today with some winners.
Yeah, we'll check it out. My man, I don't know what's going on here with my. I'll get it figured out. But everything on my computer all of a sudden just doesn't want to work. I'll be back home on Monday. I'm gonna go back home today, so I probably just need to sit still for a little bit. There we go. Now I'm back logged in. How I need to be. Okay. First game up, we'll talk about Thunder and Spurs. Opened up minus. Is this real? Opened up 5.5 and down to two. Total opened up 215 and a half. It looks like 218 and a half. You have J Dub, De'Aaron Fox, and Dylan Harper all questionable here tonight. I mean, it's tough, guys, going down for San Antonio to possibly be without two point guards. I mean, that's a real big blow. For OKC, I feel like it's less of a blow just because of how deep they are, and they played so many games without J Dub already. I feel like they're already just used to that. Um, so I think the Thunder can kind of do. I don't think it's going to hurt them too much. I worry about that Spurs offense looking the same. If they were healthy, I would see no other reason than to go and bet over again because usually both teams like to play fast. I'm just worried, if Dylan Harper's not out there and De'Aaron Fox not out there, I'm not sure. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a genuine concern, Ski, because Stephen Castle, as good as he's been, had to take over most of the ball handling the other night and had 9 turnovers. And you know how it is with OKC, even if Jalen Williams doesn't play, they just go to the bench and run a ton of defensive minded guards and wings after the ball, and it's hard. San Antonio continues to turn it over. The other night, they gave up 27 points off turnovers. Without 2 point guards, it's going to be really, really hard for San Antonio. And I do think that as this series rolls on, we might find Wemby just wearing down little by little by little. I don't think it'll be all at once, but gradually. You can't stand there and take the beating that he takes down low, whether it be from the guards that are acting as pests, slapping at his wrist for the ball, or whether it be Hartenstein and Holmgren, 2 7-footers. He's better than both of those guys, but still the physicality could take a toll on Wemby, down to 21 points and 17 rebounds after the huge performance in game one. So I don't know. Like I say, it's contingent on De'Aaron Fox mostly here, right? Harper's not going to go, but Fox could go. We have to wait till game time. Even if he comes back, Ski, if the ankle isn't right, the Oklahoma City pressure, to me, Alex Caruso's played out of his mind, and they run Kason Wallace and all these guys at you. AJ Mitchell will be back playing for OKC now that Williams is gone. So I'm kind of with you that I worry a little bit for San Antonio where ball handling is concerned, where handling pressure is concerned. The great equalizer here could be home floor. That's the one thing that sets me back here. Back in San Antonio, game three, although OKC is kind of immune to any venue, it still is tough to go into somebody else's place, 1-1 tie with the remaining talent that San Antonio has. So for me right now, it would be a look at OKC um, plus points. And I do think, like you said, I will just comment really quick on something you said about looking at over again. I was watching the game, obviously on vacation with my brother-in-law, who doesn't really watch a lot of NBA hoop, but there was a stretch in that San Antonio, Oklahoma City game where he just says to me, he goes, "Man, nobody makes a shot in this game." And they went about 3.5 minutes without making many, but the pace was so crazy. I was trying to explain to them. I said, they just get enough chances to where eventually they're going to start falling and they'll get over. And that's what happens. So, to your point, the pace has been extremely fast in this one. I don't know that that will change unless San Antone, maybe they reconfigure without 2 point guards. Maybe they go twin towers. We don't know. And so it's hard to bet total right now. So that's where I stand. I don't really have a play on the game, but I just saw the total rise against Ski in a couple of places to 218.5 from 215.5. So maybe somebody knows something about the situation with De'Aaron Fox.
I think Harper's gonna play. I don't know about
You
De'Aaron
do.
Fox. I do. Um, Mark also mentioned how good San Antonio's been after a loss. Yeah, I mean, if you get Harper in there, it's gonna make me feel a lot different about the
Mhm.
game. But as of right now, if the people questionable do not play, I'm thinking more of the OKC side. So this one's a little bit more wait and see, especially after for me yesterday when I lost. I don't like losing, and when after I lose, I'm trying to make sure I win the next day for sure. So I'm taking my time today. All right, let's get to a little bit of WNBA. We do have three games over there, and first up we have Valkyrie and Fever. Bad here. Get back to where I need to get. Thing got a little mixed up. There we go. Valkyrie and Fever opened up -7.5, and it's down to 5.5. I mean, it's got to be something on the injury report because the Valkyries they played last night and they were on the road. They're traveling again. The Fever, if I'm not mistaken, they do not have to travel. I'm just going to verify. Yeah, Fever have played. This is their fourth straight home game. So rest advantage, didn't have to travel, and the line is going the other way. Valkyries did get an upset win yesterday in New York. Let's see what's up with the injury report. Caitlin Clark is game time decision, so maybe that happened recently. And it says she's likely to play though. So I don't know. Money's just pushing Golden State down. Maybe everybody likes how they're playing lately, or how they played yesterday. I would not be betting on Valkyries in this position. The only thing I can say is, even though the Fever covered the last game, Fever still to me just haven't been playing great basketball. Uh, I just think the Fire, I underestimated how bad they are. Um, but I don't really trust the Fever land points situationally. It says to bet them. What do you think here, Vino?
They still score, but they're still bad defensively, right? I think that there's a lot, and I mean anybody who follows the WNBA knows right now that there's just a lot of stuff exterior surrounding the Indiana Fever. I mean, it's hard to tell what's real, what's not real. But this whole Caitlin Clark situation, the way Stephanie White runs this team, it's all come into question. And it didn't show up the other night, like you say, against Portland, maybe because Portland is so bad. But if there is anything going on inside that locker room, it would show up against the better teams. The point you made, though, is the point that has to be taken the most serious here is Golden State's on back to backs. And back to backs with that team, probably having to keep up with the scoring of Indiana here could be tough. Probably run into is, can Indiana defend enough? So it puts me in the spot where I think total is the best way to go here. We're looking at 168. Definitely not a hard number for Indiana to get over. Just checking here, Indiana games the other night went 163 against Portland, 167 against Seattle, two very poor offensive teams. Golden State probably a little bit better than that. Um, I don't know. Valkyries defense last night. New York was working some brand new pieces back into the lineup. I think Rebecca Allen played. Satu definitely played last night, so there was a little non cohesiveness for New York. Maybe that's a reason why Golden State only gave up 70. I just tend to point to the total here. Clark is probable everywhere I saw, so I'd imagine she plays. Indiana scores. Golden State can probably keep up because Indiana gives up points to everybody. The number just seems low total wise to me. That's the way I would lean.
I think I'm skipping this game. I'm pretty sure I won't have money on that one. Wings and Dream. This game was pretty interesting to me. Opened up Dream minus 4.5. Looks like 5.5. Total's gone up from 172.5 as high as 174. For the Dream, still missing Bree, and nobody on the injury report for the Wings. For Dallas, they did play recently. Wings lost by 5, I believe. I think it was like 77-72. Dream do have the rest advantage here. But the Wings, they've been playing some solid basketball the past couple games, coming off 2 straight wins. I know they haven't been playing the best competition. They beat the Sky and the Mystics. But 2 wins are 2 wins. And those 2 wins came after the coach called them out and just saying, like, it's people in this locker room that are selfish and not doing the things we need to do to win, et cetera, et cetera. And what do? They listen, they respond, and win 2 games. So can they keep that momentum going versus Dream Team, who, I mean, what is this? They had prior to their last game, they had 4 days off, and then they lost first to Aces. Now they've had another 4 days off. I mean, we got a Wings team in really good rhythm here, Rob. A Dream Team that could be a little rusty, a Dream Team that hasn't won by more than 5 so far this season. What are we doing here? I think the Wings are the right side. What do you think?
Yeah, and that 5 point win came at Dallas. So they played once already. Atlanta beat them. Atlanta crushed them on the boards in that game, Ski. Plus 10 for Atlanta. They stopped the Wings from shooting threes. Wings, I'm looking here, 4 of 26, 15% in that game. You wonder if the Atlanta defense isn't something that bothers Dallas because that was a Dallas home game and they just did not play well. That game, I'm looking
You
here,
know,
that total, I think you and I talked about this. When do these totals get to be too high? That one was 180.5 and only put up 149 in that game.
to what you
Atlanta's
just
at full
said,
strength.
when I look at the rosters, I do see that. Like one side, really good offensively. The other side, they're good offensively, but they can play defense too, and they're lengthy. So that's probably why the Dream give them a little bit of trouble, and that's why I haven't already bet the Wings yet.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And I think, again, the point you brought up is one I would have brought up is that the rustiness is the only thing that concerns me. The Dream hasn't played in a while. Is it good for them? Is it bad for them? Obviously, they've already faced this team once, so they know a little bit of what Dallas runs. Um, personnel wise, they look very comparable. But like you say, the defensive advantages on the Atlanta side, I think, are what's big here. And Atlanta at home, if I remember right last year, Atlanta at home was a really good play. Um, Dallas, like I say, beat up on the boards. And the one thing um, that Dallas does, or excuse me, that Atlanta does right now does well is rebound the basketball. Dallas last year was one of the better offensive rebounding teams. It was one of their strengths. I think Atlanta negates that strength in this game. So to me, I kind of lean Atlanta in this one just because they've already won once. You could say Dallas might be seeking revenge, but the stuff that happened to them, lousy 3 point shooting, which they need, and bad rebounding, or at least a rebounding deficit, I think that stuff hurts them. So I would be looking towards the Dream here. I would be looking stronger if, in fact, they were more in rhythm. They're just not in rhythm. They lost Ryan Howard for a game too. So I kind of like Atlanta in that one, but I haven't bet it yet.
Yeah, this one is interesting. I think situationally, I like Dallas. Matchup wise, I like Atlanta. Makes it tough to play. Um, but we broke down the game and gave you our opinions. We'll see. I'll continue to think about it. Sun and Storm, man, I'll just pass. I'll say Still missing centers for Seattle. Not gonna have rim protection. Their defense already sucks. Both defense suck. Both teams stink. Over a pass, really, but I'm passing. What do you got, Vino?
All those things you just said are what I was saying the other night after losing the over in that game. Like these teams suck. These teams stink. I played it over simply for the reason you just stated. There was no rim protection in that game. I just thought it was a free pass to the hoop for both sides. It didn't really work out, especially in the second half. The first quarter looked good. They put up 52 points, which is a big quarter in the WNBA. And I thought, okay, we're on our way. And then it just got worse and worse and worse. Connecticut's been on the road for a little while now, which doesn't help them at all. But I could see the defense becoming even worse here. In that particular game, Seattle didn't even shoot 40%. Neither team shot better than 26% from three. I have to believe that those numbers go up a little bit. And the total has come down 4.5 points off of what it was that night. I think I played over 168 and a half or 169 here. We're looking at 165. So I'm inclined to go right back to the wells, Skee, and think again that these teams probably get over the total. Our fam, for what it's worth, is going to make her season debut. I think I read here tonight, which helps. Seattle rim protection, number 3 draft choice overall. Certainly a presence at the rim. How much she contributes, how many minutes they give her in this game, yet to be seen. We saw a couple of returnees to the lineup last night get minimal minutes. I think Satu only played 14 or something like that. So maybe she doesn't see a lot of floor time. I just think this thing should get over. I'm probably fading both defenses here again, and I'll bang my head against the brick wall and probably try over this reduced price tonight.
Good stuff, Vino. That'll wrap it up for today. Um, I will throw up the usual, the best promo in the game. 45 and 23, double the NBA Core Vision. You get 3 days for $59. Both Rob Vino and my plays in the association. And when I get back home, I'll get back to doing the other usual promos that we do. But Vino, I'll pass it to you. Ask you if there's anything else you would like to promote. And if you have a best bet for the show, we'd love to hear it. If you don't, all good.
Yeah, and I'll also say just apologize for not having the combined records here for you guys like we usually do every single day, just returning home from vacation. But Monday, like Skee says, we'll regroup and give you all the stuff we usually give you. Wow, best bet. It's always hard when we don't have a play already made for ourselves. We say it every day. I know Skee's been saying it for years. Can't recommend anything that we haven't bet, that he hasn't bet himself. I'm kind of the same way. I'm gonna go to your
It is
phrase,
what it
Ski. Don't
is.
let them bully you,
It
Vito.
is
Don't
what it
let them
is.
bully you. And you know what? I'm just back from vacation. I'm not gonna let anybody bully me. So, guys, you could tell from what we've said through analysis which ways we're leaning. At least you could tell in my particular case which ways I'm leaning. So, take that for what it's worth. And a couple of these we're just sitting on till game time. We're waiting on injury reports to see which way we can go.
Well said. And I am gonna begin to head home. And if I'm making bets, I'm making them in Vegas. So nothing locked in. That means nothing I can share. But we did give our opinions, like Vino said. So Vino, it's great to have you back. We'll get back to regular scheduled programming on Monday. People in the chat, we appreciate you. Best of luck on all your action, and we'll catch you all next week.